it's all to do with the relationship between the center line and the elbows ultimately, or let's just say the arms, the way they behave left and right of you, because this is your balance in your body, your internal balance, nothing to do with, as I always say, nothing to do with being on one leg. So we are going to go into Peng immediately. So let's just go from, we're going to go, okay, so my back's to you and we've just done the kick. Okay, so there's your kick. You've just done the kick there. Put the foot down, right, copy. Sink the elbow here and turn the body. And turn the body, sinking into you. We're doing a 90-degree turn, so sink. Keep sinking, keep sinking. Release the foot, place it, and now move forwards. Rear foot, you can leave it there for the moment. You don't need to slip it, turn the foot. When you teach beginners, you just turn the foot. You get them to slip the foot immediately because it's easier. Although nowadays, I have to admit, I don't. I've changed the way I teach that. So, because you can create bad habits ultimately. Then people automatically just go like this with the foot. And what's this? This is me operating this joint and making so there's no connection to the rest of the body. Right. So once again, we do the same thing again. So there you go. There's your arms out. Yeah. You do your kick. Yeah. Put the foot down and now settle. Sink, turn, step, and now back. Right, so just to repeat everything that we've been doing, so that's my right arm, so that I need your right arm, it's going to be my left arm. So what I'm feeling when I do the form, let's go from that direction. Okay. Let me come towards you, don't copy. Okay, so this is not in mirror, this is exactly what we've just done. So I do my kick, I put the foot down. Now, as soon as my arms begin to close, I'm going to turn around and face you for a second. I have the feeling, at the moment, you see elbows, centerline, equidistant. I have the feeling of doing that with my elbows, except that one is down and one is up. I still have that feeling of coming into the middle. And then I'm going to squeeze the elbows in more. And this one's lifting now at the bottom and this one's sinking. And then I have the feeling of splitting them apart again so that the distance from elbow to centerline is going to be the same. The big problem, as we've come across before, is that the centerline turns whilst you do this. So that's the big issue. You have to operate with a centerline that's actually moving the whole time. It's not staying static, which is dead easy when we're doing this. So let's first of all do a static center line. So you're facing the screen, you've got your arms out here, you've just done your kick. Oh, wait a second. So we're facing each other, so that's a left foot kick, so that's going to be a right foot kick for me. Okay, right, okay. I have to think it out. So left foot kick. Yeah, there it is. Put it down. Okay, this hand's coming across, this one's lowering. You feel your center line, you feel how your arms are absolutely equidistant of your center line. Okay, now squeeze the elbows together. They've almost passed one on top of the other. In fact, they have, and now brush, and the elbows are equidistant of your center line, the elbows are equidistant, and we're not even turning the body, and this is a nice rounded arm here like this, but it's out there. And the distance from here to here is the same as from here to here. That's all you have to think about. But it's very difficult because your body is turning at the same time. So once again, there's your kick, put the foot down, squeeze into center line, almost cross arms, and then back again and center line. Stays in the same place. Okay, so we're going to do it with turning. Okay, so here we go. Kick, put your foot down. Squeeze into center line. Now my center line is beginning to turn. I notice where it is and I feel my elbows equidistant of it. I'm squeezing, I'm turning the body, I'm turning, and then I place the foot and the arms are now crossed and I now come back and I'm into this position and I haven't slipped my rear heel and my elbows are equidistant to my center line, even here. Yeah, right. We've done this before, so I'm not going to hang around on it. Okay, so we have now gone, that's, what am I? That's your right hand forward. Okay, so put your right hand forward and face me. So my feet have not gone incredibly wide because my body is side on. Yeah, I'm not brush knee, which would be there, which would be a wider stance. I haven't gone, but this foot is not in front of the other. Yeah, so I've got a little bit of space, as you can see, but not much. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my center line towards that knee. So leave your arms out of this for a second. Turn your center line towards the knee, but not your hip. Only the shoulders. If you turn the hip, look at my back leg. Watch when I turn the hip. So I'm going to put my hands on my hip. I turn the hip and this leg starts to want to collapse inwards. The edge of my foot has actually come slightly off the ground. So what we need to do is we keep the lower part of the body stable in this position, but we turn the upper part of the body. So you can, well, no, don't put your hands on your hips. I think it confuses it. So here, keep the hip facing that way, but turn the shoulders. Good. Now, what you have to do is, as you turn the shoulders, you feel like this knee is pushing slightly out the side without actually moving an inch. In other words, we're making absolutely sure that it doesn't collapse, it doesn't fall inwards. So this would be a falling in knee. Yeah, you can see it's done this. This would be too much going the other way. I've now tried to push it outwards. It's no good. So if someone is standing beside me here with their hands on my knee, it's like they're pushing towards my knee, which would be your left knee, but I stop them pushing. I just feel like I'm pushing my knee outwards. Yeah, okay. So here we go, ready? So only the shoulders turn, push the knee outwards. Now that stops your hips moving really. Yeah, okay. Hands, push the knee outwards and bring the hands around. Okay, so now we need to look at how the hands behave. This is a minefield in teaching. Even face to face, it's really difficult. So I'm always aware of my center line and the positioning of the elbows relative to my center line. So when I'm now center line facing you, so what I'm in fact do is I'm not going to move my center line. You know how we were saying here, you turn your shoulders, that's your center line turning, isn't it? So I'm going to leave my center line still. And here's Peng, which is now going to be to the corner over there a little bit because I'm facing you. And I feel like I'm squeezing my elbows into my center line whilst turning my body to the, is that right for you? Yes. So here, so don't move your body, just leave it there. Face me. This is your right hand facing that corner sort of here. And you feel like this is extending out. This is pushing out and beginning to turn. This one is circling in and squeezing into your center line. It's a bit like play the lute. You know, those of you done the 24, play the lute. Toe up here. That's play the lute. It's a little bit like that, but don't be obsessed by that concept. It's just the similarity to it. Okay, so now we're side on. Let's just do I'm a little bit wide. Let's just do the turn of the shoulders only. Push the knee out without it moving. Yeah, and back. So you can feel your center line turning towards your front knee. Yeah, and back. And turn, keep your weight on this foot and back. Yeah, good. Okay, so now we're rounded arm here. Chest is facing the corner. And you're going to squeeze your elbows into the center line as you turn the chest. So now, because I'm facing you, you can see that my elbows are actually equidistant from my center line. Yeah, now, watch what I see people do all the time, how I was taught, probably how I've taught other people. So just how not to do it, right? Okay, 1. Just coming straight up. 2, too big a circle going round. Both of those break the structure of the center line. So if I do center line facing you to the corner here, so here's 1. Elbow's gone way out the side over there. Oh, sorry, this is number 2, isn't it? Elbow's gone way out the side over there, and this one's actually squeezing in. So that's no good. And the other one, where you just bring your arm straight up, look, elbows come straight into the middle too early. So we have to always have this feeling, center line to elbows, whilst turning. And this is the big problem. It's the whilst turning bit. Okay, so you're aware of your elbows, you're aware of your center line, and you just squeeze in and you turn your body over your front leg. Now then, the next thing that it comes to is when I first learned, we used to do it like this. We used to go, one, turn your hands. Well, it's a nice, easy way to learn. It's not right, but it's a nice, easy way to learn because in effect, back to the analog clock again, that's a couple of cogs just instantly turned without anything else happening in the body. So we literally, when I learned it, we used to go, whatever the numbering was. This would be 3, say for example. This would be 4, turn your hands, and then you'd sit back 5. It's not right, but it's a really easy way to teach Tai Chi for people particularly who are never really going to take it terribly seriously. And you know, this is how they teach in China. So when everybody had to learn Tai Chi, it was a great way to teach. It was just easy, but it's not right. So here we go, turn the center, push knee outwards, and the hands are joining. Look, I haven't got them turned yet. They're still kind of facing inwards. Okay, let's do that again. So body 45, not too wide. Knees going to push out. Center turns. Squeeze elbows into center. And now carry on with the turning as you sit back. And you're on the back. We haven't finished Lu yet. This move's called Lu, which means roll back or roll away. So we're doing Lu, which is this move. It is a turning of the hands as you go. Now then, watch what I see people do. This again is squeezing. This is the elbows squeezing in as you sit back, but you get people doing this. Because the hand is going to turn down and this one is going to turn up. Obviously, when I do that, look at the elbow, it comes in. But what happens, I see people do, is they turn the hand palm down. Look at the elbow, it's gone out. So that means one elbow's gone out, one elbow's gone in. Okay, so we're not balanced. We've lost the balance, center to elbow, center to elbow. We've lost that equidistance, okay? So you're here, body 45, circle round, squeezing, turning your center. You feel your center line. Now sit back and sink your elbows. Allow them both to settle. So now we have a feeling of 1, 2, there. Here, elbows are out here, aren't they, basically? Yeah, they're actually out sideways. And then here, in. So we start to get an in and an out, an open and a close. Now you'll notice that the open is here. Look, the elbows are pretty, they're not out like this, but they're definitely not squeezed in. And this one is very obviously out, isn't it? Yeah. So here we go, 45. Circle. Now the elbows are beginning to squeeze in. They're beginning to, but they haven't got there yet. And now they finish their squeezing as you sit back and you turn your body. I've now got 60% approximately, 60, maybe 65, 70 on my rear foot. Elbows are definitely not out. They're both in and equidistant from my center line, which you can't see. So watch a second from here. I'm going to go on that angle. So I'm going to turn the center, open the knee, and then I'm going to squeeze the elbows. And now you may be able to see that the elbows are equidistant from my center line. Yeah, if I get rid of that arm, elbow, get rid of that arm, my center line here, elbows are left and right of it. That's what we're after. That means we've got balance within the body, internal balance. Okay, ready? Circle up, turn your shoulders, knee opens, and now squeezing. And you're back. Now, this is not the end of Lu. In the 10 move form, the 24, 42 actually, in one place, there are a couple of places, yeah, later on, the very end of the 42, we have this move, exactly like the 24. 88, same. 16, same. So 10, some people call that the 8. The 10 and the 8, whatever, it's the same thing really. 16, 24, 40 is not the same. 48, I don't know about. 42, yes. 88, 108, totally different. Well, it's different, not totally. Okay, so the changes in thinking of one, the way to perform it, and two, the way to teach it. So the old ways, you know, the 108 move form, which is the original traditional form, very, very long. Very hard to teach, you know, 10, 15 years to learn it sometimes. Not just because you're trying to remember the movements, but once you've learned the movements, what comes next is how to do the movements. It's a major problem. So here we go. 1, turn shoulders. Elbows not completely in yet, because now here's where they come in. Good. Now then, so in Grasp the Sparrow's Tail, which is the form we're doing now, form 8 in the set. In Grasp the Sparrow's Tail, we have Peng, Lu, Ji, An. They're the 4 major energies in the body. We've had this before, came back. It's coming back. So 4 energies in the body, the first 4. Peng finishes here. So it doesn't finish here, where we're starting from. The end of Peng is here. That's the end of Peng. This is the start of Lu. It doesn't finish when you've sat back on your rear foot 60, 70%. What now happens is the front hand, which is your right hand, pushes down in the gap between your feet, and the right hand swings out, pivoting and extending simultaneously. Pivot and extend and goes to shoulder height. This is the end of Lu. And that is the final moment of sitting back when you're 70, 80% on your back foot. Okay? So let's have a go at that. So this at the moment is mid-Peng, or 3/4 of the way through. Finish Peng, knee opening out. And now this is Lu, elbows squeezing and turn. Now push the right hand down and hinge and lift out the left. And that is the end of Lu. It's the end of the going back movement. So we often think of Lu as just being that. Oh, well, it is. But also in this form, it's also this lift out and up. Because if you're pushing my arm here, you've got both hands on it, you're standing there pushing my arm. When I sit back, I sink my arm and you push, you're pushing towards me, and then I release and I lift the hand out the side. You're still going that way. So the energy is still reversing, is it like, or for me reversing, for you going forwards. Here. Knee pushes out, open. Sink elbows. Push the right hand down, hinge and lift out the left. Okay, so this hinge and lift the left out, lift out the left hand. We have to have a feeling of builder's bucket here. If this one pushes down, this one has to lift up. We have to have that up and down feel, absolutely simultaneously. And I've noticed in classes, I will say a thing like that, and people will still go 1, 2, not absolutely at the same moment. So this is pull the rope and up goes the bucket, not pull the rope which is elasticated and the bucket goes up a little bit later. It's not an elasticated rope, okay? This is a pulley system, okay? So with a proper rope. Okay, so knee's going to go out, turn only the shoulders. Yeah, the hands are beginning to turn. Now sink elbows, sit back, turn. Now then, bucket system. Push down, hinge and lift up. Until this moment, we have not pushed down with the right hand. Sunk the elbow, yes, we sunk the elbow, and then you will actually physically push down. So again, in classes, I see so often people go, if I get side onto you, so they come round here and they go, and they're already pushing down with that front hand. Well, why? If they are pushing down with that front hand, this one should be lifting, because you've actually unbalanced the internal aspect of the body again a different way. So when you do the sitting down, we can do this whole thing with only elbows. Ready? So fold these arms in. You don't need it. You haven't got any forearms, right? So this will be here. Let's get into the original position. Okay, now just get rid of the arm, get rid of the arm. Okay, elbows are beginning to squeeze together. Squeeze them more, sit down. Now push your right elbow down whilst lifting your left elbow up. That action. Down and up there. That's where the down and up happens. When you're almost on your back foot 100%, you're never going to get 100%. Okay, so once again, with the arms. 1, knee opened. 2, see my elbows are still out slightly. Squeeze more now and sink elbows. Okay, still haven't pushed down here. Now push down and lift up simultaneously. And I turn my body more to the left. At that moment, I turn the chest more to the left, towards my rear foot, which will be your left foot. Once more. Circle up and around. Sink. I'm about 65%. I'm going to go 70, 75. I've turned more. And now comes the next move, which is G.